Students, welcome to science class. In the last class, we had learned about weather and the elements of weather. So today we are going to learn about climate, and we will see what is the definition for climate now. The average weather pattern taken over a long period of time is called the climate of the place, and the long period refers to about 25 years. See, dear students, the weather, what was the definition for weather? It was the day to day changes in the atmosphere related to the elements. Elements refers to related to rainfall, humidity, okay, all these things. But what is climate? See, climate we are not seeing, it doesn't tell us about day to day. It tells about the weather pattern. So, climate is also telling about the weather pattern, but for a long period of time. Okay, so for example, if in Ilkal, the always the weather is hot. So most of the days the weather is hot. Okay, so then we will call that the climate of Ilkal is hot. Okay, means in average, altogether in average, what is the weather condition? That is the climate of the place. And we will not decide the climate of a place in a year or in a 6 months or 1 month or one day, but it is we will decide the weather climate of a place by taking the account of the average weather pattern for a long period. Okay, so that is the climate of a place. For example, we will understand when you read the example. If the temperature of the place is hot for most of the days and if there is more rainfall, so if a temperature of the place is hot, for most of the days it is hot and also it is having more rainfall, then we will say that the climate of the place is hot and wet. Example is Kerala. Okay, most of the time it gets more rainfall and also the temperature is very hot. Then we will decide that okay, the temperature of Kerala is hot and wet. Okay, so likewise Rajasthan, we all know that. See here, the temperature of a place is hot for most of the days, and there is less rainfall. Then we will say the climate of the place is hot and dry. So even though the Rajasthan receive scanty rainfall, even though it receives rainfall, but it is less rainfall. But most of the time it is dry and it is very hot. Then the climate of Rajasthan is hot and dry. In the same way, for example, think about Ilkal. So, how we will describe the climate of Ilkal? So, we all know that it is very hot in Ilkal and it is receiving less rainfall compared to other place. Compared to other place, Ilkal receives less rainfall and also it is very hot. Then we can tell that the climate of Ilkal is hot and dry. So in this way, we cannot describe or we cannot conclude that the climate in one day. We have to observe the weather pattern. According to that weather pattern, we can conclude the weather climate of a place. Then what is the reason for the climatic change? Again, the sun is the reason for the climatic change, and here we have shown the earth, understood, and you can see the earth is little tilted means what? It is not standing straight. See here, if it was standing straight, this is the, you can see the dotted line, this was the north pole and this dotted line was the south pole, but it is standing in a tilted region. Okay, see here, here this is the north pole now and this is the south pole. So we have to know that our earth is tilted and also little tilted, that is 23 degrees Celsius, it is little tilted. And what is the cause of this climatic change? The cause of this climatic change is because the earth receives the sunlight from here. Okay, and you can see that in this region, that is the equator region, the center of the earth is called equator. In this region it receives more sunlight. Okay, that is the heat of the sun is falling directly onto the earth, understood. And whereas the heat of the sunlight heat of the sun is diffused here, because see, it is covering large area. Here it is covering only little area. but here it is covering large area. That's why the heat is spread. Okay, the energy of the sun is diffused, it is spread to a large area. That is why it is not hot in this region. Okay, it is not hot in this region, but it is very hot in this region because it is directly falling onto the equator. That is why the region which is near to the equator is always hot, and the region near to the pole is very cold. Okay, and there is snowfall in this region, and there will be rainfall in these regions. So this is what the reason. So in India, rain is mainly brought by two kinds of humidity. So they have also in the textbook they have also mentioned about the rainfall also. In India, how do we get the rainfall? These are the southwest monsoon, that is June to September, which brings heavy rain to most parts of the country. See here, these southwest monsoon. These are monsoon refers to the it is actually it means monsoon means rain. Okay, and how do we get the southwest monsoon? If we get this southwest monsoon, that is rainfall, because of the wind that carries rain. Okay, it carries rain. The wind carries the humidity. Okay, from where it is carrying the humidity? It is from the southwest, and that is why southwest, I will show the picture. That is why we are getting rainfall in June to September. So that is why now we are getting the rainfall in during this time from southwest. Okay, whereas we may also get the rainfall during November to March also. Okay, and that is because of northeast monsoon. Okay, so and it is this rainfall is lighter, it brings relatively lighter rainfall, but whereas southwest monsoon will bring heavy rainfall because it is coming from the ocean. Okay, so greater the humidity, more the chance of rain. This wind will be carrying the humidity, the water vapor along with it, and it rains. So here you can see the picture. This is a southwest monsoon. Okay, so it is coming from the Indian Ocean, it is carrying the rain. Okay, and it brings heavy rain. So that is what happens nowadays. We are getting heavy rain because of the Indian Ocean, that is southwest monsoon. Monsoon refers to rain, and also during November to March we are getting lighter rain, and that rain is brought by northeast monsoon. Okay, so this is how we get the rain in India. Next part we will learn about climate and adaptation of animals. And because we are having so different types of climate on the earth, okay, in some place it is very cold, in some place it is very hot, in some place it is moderate means not too hot and not too cold. So likewise there is so much climatic change in the different parts of the earth, and how the animals which are living on all these climatic factors, we know that we can see plants and animals on every area of the earth. We can find it on the polar regions, we can find it on the equator, on the sea, ocean, on every part of the land we can find these plants and animals. Then how can they live in those climatic conditions? That is what we will learn, and that is called adaptation. How are they adapted? How are they adjusted to that environment? That is what we are going to learn. Climate have a profound effect on all living organisms. So it is having a profound effect. Profound means too much of effect. So it all everything depends upon the climate. Okay, even some animals, because it cannot adjust to that climatic conditions, they will migrate. Migrate means they will move from one place to the another place because of the harsh climate also. So it is even animals, birds, they are having a profound effect of climate on them. Animals living in very cold climate and very hot climate should have special features So this is very important. Already the creator has equipped it with special features to protect them from heat and cold. Already the body is adjusted, or it is adapted with so much of features. That is what we are going to learn. What are those features? How can animals live in cold region? How can animals live in hot region? We will learn. Example: polar region and tropical rainforest. So these two are different opposite areas. There is polar region, that is very cold area, and tropical rainforest is very hot and having high rain. So they are telling that polar regions are situated near the pole, north pole and south pole, and the countries that come under these polar regions are Greenland, Iceland, Norway and etc. And what about tropical rainforests are situated around the equator, that is India, Malaysia, Kenya, Uganda, so and so. So these are the regions. And now we are going to learn about the polar regions. Okay. Polar regions are covered with snow and very cold for most of the year. The temperature are as low as minus 37 degrees Celsius in winter. So can you imagine of living there? It is minus 37 degree Celsius, and if it is a human being, we are having so much of accommodation facility. It may be, if it is cold, we can just light the fire. Okay, we can build the tent and so we can wear the jackets, gloves and so. But what about animals? We will see how it is living in this cold region. For 6 months the sun does not rise, and for 6 months the sun does not set. Some of the animals found in the polar regions are polar bear, penguins, musk oxen, reindeers, foxes, seals, whales, Siberian crane, etc. These are the some of the animals that are mentioned in your book. This is the polar bear, and now we will learn about the polar bear. Polar bear, they have, what are the adaptations they are having to live in this climate? They have white fur. Okay, they have white fur so that they are not easily visible in the snow, and helps in catching their prey and also help them from predator. See, why do they have white fur? Because if it is walking, see here, you can see here, the snow is white and the fur of the polar bear is also white. So if a polar bear is on a snow, no one can identify which is polar bear and what is ice. So there is that is called camouflage. Okay, so that is camouflage. For example, think that a green color insect is sitting on a green color plant. So suddenly we cannot identify a grasshopper on the plant because of the color, because the green color is matching to the green color background of the plant. In the same way, the polar bear is white and the color of the polar bear is completely matching to the snow white background of the snow. That is why this is it's called a camouflage, and that is why the prey, the food, for example, the food is called prey because it is the food of the polar bear, so it is called prey. Okay, so animal is you have to learn these two words, that is, one is prey and one is predator. Okay, see students, you have to learn two words. One is prey. See here, I will write, one is prey, 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 and one more is predator. What is prey? Prey means, prey is nothing but the food of the animal. For example, for polar bear, what is the food? It may be a fish or any small animals. Okay, so that is the food, and that food is called predator. Prey, it is called prey. Okay, so then what is the predator? Predator means some large animal. Okay, for example, think that snow leopard. Okay, think of the big animal which eats this polar bear. Or for example, man. Okay, man is also man also may hunt this uh, polar bear. So man also becomes a predator. So predator is the animal that catch this animal or kill this animal. So for this animal, two things are there. One is prey, which is the food, and one is the predator, which kills this animal or which does some harm to this animal. So because this polar bear is snow, that is polar bear is white in color, even the predator will not come to know where the polar bear is. So it may walk without its notice. So what happens? The polar bear can easily catch the prey and eat it, because okay, it's something like hiding. The prey will not notice the polar bear which is sitting on the snow, so it will get the food. And also the predator also will not will but by suddenly it cannot make note of this polar bear, so it will escape from the predator also, and also it will get the food, that is the prey also. Both these prey and predator cannot take note of this polar bear because it is in white color. Okay, so that is what they are telling. See, they have white fur so that they are not easily visible in the snow and helps in catching the prey, that is the food, and help them from predators which is harmful for that animal. Understood? Yes. Next, they have two layers of fur. So this polar bear is having two layers of fur. Two layers of the fur is in the fibered fabric also we have learned that the one fur will be inside, which is very close to the skin, and one type of fur will be very long. Okay, so there is two coat of fur. Okay, so that is because why they are having two coating of fur, because of for extra protection. So that is what they're telling, to protect from extreme cold, means severe cold. They are having a layer of fat under the skin. Not only two fur, they are also having a fat. Fat means what? That is nothing but the fat deposition, that is oil. Okay. The other form of oil, that is fat, it will be under the skin, which help them to protect from the cold. So always remember that the fat layer will be protecting the animal. Okay, so if too much of fat, that means that the animal will be living in a cold region, and that fat will be helping them in protection from cold. So physical activities of warm day necessitate cooling. So the polar bears go swimming. While swimming, it can close its nostrils. So physical activities of warm day means when if it is a warm day, okay, compared to other days, if it is a warm day, so that is why during a warm day there is a necessity for cooling. That's why it goes to swimming to cool its body, and while swimming it can close its nostrils also. So it is having a special structure so that closes the nostril. Okay, nostril means nose. So while swimming it can close its nostril so that the water will not enter inside the lungs. Okay, so that is very important. That means it is a very good swimmer. It can catch fishes by swimming. So they are telling, see, you can see the small fur here and the long fur here. There are two coating. See, this is what this is very pitiable. It is used as a mattress. Okay, can you see here? See, next, their paws are wide and large. This is their paw. This is called the paw. They are wide and large because they help them. It helps them to walk on snow and to swim in water. This will help them to swim in water also, and also to walk on the snow also. That is why it is large. It has a long, curved and sharp claws. Claws means this is what the claws, the nails. It is very sharp and also very curved. By because to hunt the animals. They are having a strong sense of smell which help them to catch their prey. It is very important. They will have a strong sense of smell. By the smell itself, they will identify the prey and it will catch the prey. So this is what they are, a good swimmer. See how they are walking on the snow. And this is what I want to tell about today's class. Today we have discussed about the climate, the reason for the climatic change, that is the sun's heat, and also we have learned about the adaptation of the animal polar bear.